how to raise your energy with I Ching. And if you ask yourself, what the heck is I Ching? Well, it's a forecasting method of the Chinese Metaphysics, and it has been used for thousands of years. I personally have used it a lot in the past and now, and I must say I'm really, really grateful for this tool. Really am. So this is my weekly I Ching reading for you, my forecast for 2024, week 24. That's where we are. So every Sunday live, 6:15 p.m. Brisbane, 8:15 p.m. New Zealand, 10:15 a.m. Germany, and in the Americas is in the middle of the night, so you can watch the replay with your breakfast in the morning. So what we will do here is we look into the energies of the year, the month, and then every single day of the week. Because if you know what is coming, then we are so much more likely to actually adapt to what is, responding to what is coming up and being more aware, not just reacting to whatever stands in the way, right? And if you're watching this on YouTube, by the way, there are chapters down here in the notes, so you can come back every single day on the day and listen to what I say. Isn't that fantastic? Well, actually, it's something that I do because I realized I need to listen to myself more. So in the morning, I go there and listen to what I have to say, for what the energies are for the day. So how do we raise our energies this week? Let's have a look into what the I Ching has to say about it. And for this week, we will not look into the month and the year. We've done that a lot, really a lot in the past. So let's go straight into the day. And we're always doing Sunday till Sunday, including both Sundays, because as I said before, for some it's already Sunday evening, for some it's still Sunday morning. So let's do that. So today, Sunday, the 16th of June, is the I Ching of number 8, Alliance. Oh, this is what the number 8 looks like, by the way. Alliance. Grouping, holding together. Some say also union. So it's water on earth. So on earth, sorry, how to use an obvious hint to get back on track, back on the path of intention. So if you feel like the last 2 days you weren't quite on track, so this is really to listen to the universe. What is it telling you? What is it telling you? How do you feel? Is there anything where you have an idea that it doesn't go that straightforward? Then take that hint and then get back on track. So because the picture is the water on earth, as I said, so the water is on the surface of the earth, and so the water flows together. It goes in every nooks and crannies. It's about holding together. So whenever you realize, oh, the universe is giving me a hint, and it is most of the time it has to do with what is required. And what is required, if you're not on track, is actually listening to the universe, to someone else, and to unite maybe with someone else. That's what alliance means. It means maybe there is someone you can unite. Maybe there is someone you should listen to. Maybe there is someone to band together to get back on the path, get back on the intention, and really solve whatever is in front of you. And if we're talking about a group you're in, if you're asking a group, for instance, then make sure that the central figure of this group, or the leader, whatever you want to call it, is really taking responsibility. And this is something we really at the moment have to look at. If there's a group that we belong to or we want to belong to, look at the central figure or the leader and look whether they take responsibility for whatever they do. I mean, everybody's making mistakes, but are they able to take responsibility for the wins and the losses? And that is then a real and true leader. And if you start realizing that's not what's happening here, maybe it's time to reevaluate and just change a few things. What do you think? Okay, how do we raise our energies on Monday, the 17th of June, which is the I Ching of Thunder? And the I Ching of Thunder looks like this. So it's also called, it's a double sign. It's a thunder on thunder. So it's really interesting to look into whatever is present for that. It's a big thing that's going on, because it's also called the arousing shock. So what is happening? It's about energy. It's about power. The yang line develops below 2 yin lines, and that presses upward forcibly. So it is, if you listened to me before, thunder always has to do with action. Okay, so in action, and the double thunder, of course, is harsh action. It's almost a shock. So when a man has learned fear, if there has been a shock, then this person is usually a safeguard against any terror that's coming up, because they know fear. And just for this one thing, I would like to disagree. Because really, not everybody comes out stronger out of a shock. Okay, and that is what I just want to say here. And this will be another obvious hint. Another obvious hint is that thunder, that what's happening, that shock almost. But if you are one of those who is not coming out stronger out of a shock, that's fine. It's okay. You know, for many it is you come out stronger, but maybe not immediately. Maybe it takes some time. But use the energy of the Monday for action, for action. Don't be frozen from that thunder, from that shock. Just go inside and really think about it. What does it mean to you? Why is it happening? Maybe there's something better waiting for you. And go also, like yesterday, into the intention and look into what is going on. Okay? Tuesday. How do we raise our energy on the Tuesday, which is 22 beauty, or also called adorning or grace? And it's mountain on fire. And it means how to bring yourself or content into a beautiful shape. So maybe it's about you. Maybe you've been wanting to lose weight. Maybe you're wanting to have a new haircut. Maybe you're wanting to whatever. So this is the day to look into how to bring yourself into a beautiful shape, into even more beautiful shape than you are already, or content into a beautiful shape. So maybe there's a task that has to do with content, writing a book, a post, something else, an assignment. That is the day to do it. Number 22 on the Tuesday, the 18th of June. So it is about making things better. In whose eyes? I don't know. But that's what it says. So on this day, it's also about grace. And what grace also means. So, because what happens is that fire is underneath the mountain. So if the fire is underneath the mountain, then it illuminates, beautifies almost the mountain. That's what's happening. And you know, some people think that mountains are ugly. Some think they are great and beautiful. That is in the eye of the beholder. But what it does, it shines a light on it. And it shines a light on the beauty of things. Grace, beauty in form. And grace brings success. But we must not forget that grace is just an ornament. It's not the value. It's not the core of things. It's like an ornament. So that's why it needs to be used sparingly and only on little things. Like when you're writing a book and then making it better, or using something different, or making the shape of it, then this is just an ornament. It's not the content, it's not the core. And that's why it's only to be used on little things. So making things more beautiful on that day, but realizing it doesn't mean the content. It means just the outlook, what it is on the outside. But that's a nice day to do it, isn't it? Okay. How do we raise our energy on the Wednesday? And that is a beautiful sign. Beautiful and dangerous. 63, accomplishment. This is what it looks like. And accomplishment. And it's water on fire. So water on fire. And this sign 63 actually means that the transition from confusion to order is completed. How to maintain an outcome before it dissolves in changing times. Because if there's an accomplishment, what do we know about it? I mean, it's not called the book of changes for no reason. That's what it is. Once it's accomplished, we know it will not last. It will start to change again, sooner or later. Who knows? But that's what's happening. So don't go into the illusion that this transition from the chaos to order or confusion to order is completed. It's just in a little bit, and then it starts changing again, because that's what it is. Everything else would be standstill, wouldn't it? And we had that last week, didn't we? So 63 is a time of climax. And every time of climax is also a time of caution. So this is what this day is about. It's about seeing, okay, what has progressed so far that it's really, really on top of it. And the transition of the old to the new is accomplished. Yes. So what's next is then the question, isn't it? What's next? So it is, like I said before, how to maintain the outcome before it dissolves again in changing times, and not be sad about it, but enjoy the accomplishment, enjoy that it is finished, and then say, okay, it's finished. Now we carry on. And we carry on too, by the way. So how do we raise our energies on the Thursday, the 20th, with number 19, called approaching, arriving, nearing, approaching your goal. It's Earth on Lake. And it's about how to seize the moment for progress and secure your future. Can you see how it is a little bit, it's relying on the 63 before, it's leaning into the 63 the day before. How to seize the moment for progress, so the accomplishment that you've done the day before, but then secure your future. So we've accomplished this, yes, done. Okay, so the question is then, what's next? Number one, what's the progress, what's next, but also securing the future. And that really needs to be done with being more or less adamant about it and really liking what it is. So it's a time of joyous and hopeful progress from the thing that we have finished the day before, and from the thing that we have the day before made beautiful on the outside. So then success is certain, but we must work with determination and perseverance to make full use of these times that we're living in. Because, you know, the sign is also seen as spring, and spring does not last forever, does it? So use it while it's there. Use that energy while it's there. And then on the next day, the 58, on the next day we have 58 that looks like that. And some call it Marsh. I don't really like that name very much. It's the lake, or the Joyous. It's lake on top of the lake. It also means be open. And it's also overt influence. So it's about how to enable an inspiring exchange with others through lighthearted joy. So maybe this is a day to celebrate what you've finished before and the success that you've had before. But it's definitely a time of exchange and lighthearted, it's about joy, exchange, empathy, being open for the new, So, and it's, by the way, it's an open day. Yay. So it's an open day. And it is 58 open. So everything that's joyous. So the picture of the lake on the lake is like a smiling lake, they say. So, and true joy rests on firmness and strength within. So when you're strong on the inside, then you can be easily and gently be joyous on the outside. This is where it stands upon. And then your joy will be infectious and completely successful. That is what it will bring to you. How do we raise our energies on Saturday, the 22nd of June, with the I Ching number 9? The taming power of the small livestock, it's also called. Small accumulation, small taming, accumulating resources. There are quite some names. So it's wind on heaven, and it's about how to deal with small things due to lack of support for large goals, which kind of is also understanding because we've reached, remember 63, we've been reaching a large goal back there. So maybe it's time to re-energize and take care of the small things, because there's at the moment no support for the big things. So it's the force of the small. It's the wind blowing across the sky, which is not yet strong enough to turn on into rain. So only through gentleness, the wind, you can have a successful outcome. So don't force it. It's not the big force. It's the power of the small, being gentle, that will bring you to success. How about that? And then last but not least, Sunday. How do we raise our energy on the Sunday? Number 50, the Cauldron, or also called holding, establishing the new. So 2 days ago, remember, you were open to new. And yesterday we were dealing with the small things, and it's like building up. And be soft if you want to be successful. Be kind to yourself, especially. So, and today on the Sunday, the 23rd, we're having 50, the Cauldron, establishing the new, fire on wind. So how the own doing takes off if one dedicates it to a higher purpose. Because that is what the Cauldron is about. The Cauldron is about nourishment. So it's about the bigger picture. It's about letting go to move on. Steady wins the race. And the picture of number 50, the Cauldron, is the fire and the wind, or the wood. So Sun, the wind, is also the wood, is also wood element. So as long as there is wood element underneath, the fire on top will burn, and the nourishment is there for the fire and for everyone else, because it's called the Cauldron. So it's the cauldron on the fire. So as long as there is nourishment for the fire through the wood and the gentleness, there is nourishment, and the cauldron will be hot and will have nourishment for you as a person. So it is all about nourishment on the Sunday. So ask yourself on the Sunday, what does nourishment mean to you? And how can you sustain that nourishment? Be it physical, be it mental, whatever it is for you. What is it that you want? What is it that really brings joy to you? What is it that brings you forward? So the whole weekend, it seems, is not about doing big things. It's more about going inside and realizing what is good for me. What do I need? What do I want? What is sustainable for me at the moment? And what can bring progress to me at the moment? So this week is about accomplishing things and rebuilding, but rebuilding in a smaller sense. So what can you accomplish this week and finish and enjoy, and then set up and be open to something new, something different? That is what this week to me feels is about. Look back at the days in the chapters when you find them. This is going to be interesting to revisit every single day, especially if you're on YouTube, then you can do that easily. So if you liked what you saw, tell your friends, like it, subscribe, maybe even comment. Comment would be amazing. I would love to hear from you. And I also would love to hear if that is helpful. I would love that. Have a fabulous week with accomplishments, with rebuilding something new, being open to new. And I see you again here next week. Bye.